Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a free-for-all match on the map Rivers Wild. I'm playing in the bottom middle position and the opponents in this game are Mia, Darren and Nose. And the map Rivers Wild does have a lot of ore and gems, so it does allow you to build that second war factory up pretty quickly. And one of the important things I want to do at the start of a free-for-all match is get my scouts out and get a lot of scouting early on. It's especially important in free-for-all matches when you don't know where everyone else is, because you want to know what positions are your opponents in and who's in those positions. And as you can see, I've gone immediately to the left, and that's really important because I know opponents sometimes spawn in a position just to the left of my base. And what we can see here is that no one's there, so that gives me a bit of a, helps me a little bit, but there we can see Nose bringing some infantry in. He's brought a group in. What he's trying to do is he's trying to just manage to get his way through if there's only a few troops there, but unfortunately I had a few more guys. And that was one of the important things there, is I did scout that area just above me, so I did see it coming. It didn't surprise me. Now what I'm going to do here, because I know there's no opponents quite close to me, I'm actually going to go for a little bit of a risk. I'm going to build a service depot and I'm going to build a MCV before I start building any more tanks. And what that does is when you get the extra MCV, it actually doubles your building speed of buildings, so I will be able to expand a lot more quickly. And then I'll probably get some more MCVs later on. The downside of it is you have a few less tanks on the battlefield, and that can be a problem if you do get rushed. So I'm just going to be going for one MCV. I'm not going to be, hopefully not too greedy. I could get punished for it, like if they do attack me very, very early. And that's why it's also important that my opponent hasn't been able to scout my base, because as soon as he sees that extra construction yard go down, the thing he should do is send tanks to me straight away, but he hasn't got that visibility, so I'm lucky in that regards. And you can see I'm just expanding my economy, and once I get my economy strong enough, I'll be able to build my third war factory. And you can see it does take quite a while to build that MCV. And I'm just going to put it up and I'm going to keep it close to my base, because if I move it too far out, he will be able to see it. And that will basically be asking for an attack. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand to the left. And I'm just going to build power plants because I'm going to need them later. I'll be wanting to build probably some Tesla coils, especially if my opponents, depending on what my opponent's using, because some of them, sometimes you have them using light tanks. But here you can see Nose is playing as the Soviet, so that won't be happening. But Tesla coils will still be quite useful. And you can see now I've expanded to that next ore patch, which is going to help me boost my economy. And you can see I've got quite a few tanks there available. And that was probably another reason I built a construction yard, was because I knew my opponent wasn't playing allies. If the opponent close to me had been playing allies, I probably wouldn't have gone for that extra construction yard, because I'd be expecting a light tank attack. And you can see that Nose is coming in with some heavy tanks. He's caught me a bit off guard there, because I was sort of guarding the other side. And you can see he's going to get that construction yard. Now, hopefully, he's possibly going to think that that construction yard, he might think it's the only one I've got. Well, he won't now, because I've just placed a Tesla coil, but and you can see it's not the end of the world. I mean, I've already been able to expand to that second ore patch, so I have got quite a lot of value from that second second construction yard. And also, when he was using his tanks to destroy that second construction yard, I got a lot of kills on him with my tanks, so it has played a definite role there. And losing that ore refinery is no big deal, because I've got another ore refinery within my base there. And you can see I'm now building some more construction yards just to increase my building speed. I have a bit of breathing space now, because I know I've killed some of his tanks, and he'll be able to see that, but I'm not too bothered at this point, because it'll take time for him to build up again. And I'm probably going to want to get scouting a bit to the north once I've solidified a little bit. And you can see I've got another construction yard. So I've got 3 construction yards now, which is going to improve my building speed a lot. And one tip to do is when you have buildings building and you lay another construction yard, pause the building and then start building again, because then you'll get the extra speed bonus. It's just one of those things you learn. Well, I've been told in the past. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build a radar dome. Radar domes, of course, are very valuable, especially in free-for-all matches, because basically any player can attack you. So you want to see if people are coming in from the backside of your base. And it does seem like Nose is really built up here, and he's got more tanks than me, so I'm going to have to pull back. And this is going to be quite a dangerous position to me, but I'm going to be able to lay that Tesla coil down. And that's just going to hopefully tip the scales in my favour. And you can see I'm building another one because I've got plenty of power plants at this point. And he's going for the ore refinery. And all I'm doing is yes, I need to make sure one of these ore refineries stays up. I've got 2 Tesla coils there now. And he's got down a second ore refinery. But I'm not too bothered because I've got another ore refinery there. And I've got 3 ore trucks, and one ore refinery is enough for 3 ore trucks. Without them, they don't usually get jammed in those positions. And he's lost a lot of tanks trying to do that. So that's really helped me. He would have got a lot more value if he sort of destroyed my radar domes, destroyed power plants, and just actually fought one-on-one with that. Because I had less tanks than him, so even if he just fought my tanks, it would have been a lot more valuable. And you can see he's got Tesla coils of his own now. So I'm going to have to proceed with caution. And you have to be very careful with these positions because you don't want to push too far in. I think Tesla coils issue, Nose's issue there was that he pushed too far. And then he got punished for it. And you can see now he's got less tanks than me. So I do need to destroy those Tesla coils first because they do a lot of damage, but they have very low HP. And you can see they were quite easy to destroy. And now I can get through to destroy these tanks. And this is starting to look good for me. I'm getting that power plant down. And now I can start to push in. And getting that war factory down is a really big thing. Also the radar dome, because he will have to build another radar dome. And it does look like he's only got 1 ore refinery there. And it's starting to look very, very good for us. And I'm just building an extra raw refinery. And I think the issue there was Nose just, as I said before, Nose just pushed in too early. He lost too many tanks and he lost that early advantage he had. And if he'd just been a bit more cautious, maybe base crawled to my base and had his own Tesla coils, then it might have worked out a bit differently. And you can see there I'm getting my 3rd war factory down so I could build tanks a bit faster. And I probably was quite late getting that 3rd war factory down. I probably should have got it down a little bit earlier. But now what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to expand to that ore patch. So it's yet another ore patch I'm going to be able to use. And I'm destroying some ore trucks at the moment. So it's going to be very, very hard for Nose to get back into this. He will have the ore patch right at the top of the map. And as we can see, he's dropped out. So that's going to mean I'm going to be able to free to expand on this side. Now, 2 players we haven't really seen in this match is Darren and Mia. Now, I'm going to guess, because I know what Mia and Darren are like, is I'm going to guess they're fighting with themselves. Else I mean, Darren sometimes likes to build a big base with loads and loads of defences. But I know Mia's a very quick match style player and will go for early aggression, definitely. So you can see now now that I've defeated Nose, I'm just going to build some more construction yards, some more MCVs, just to increase my building speed even more. And that's the thing, if you defeat players who are close to you in a free-for-all match, you do have it gives you a bit of breathing space, and it does give you that just opportunity to build more MCVs and without being too worried about being attacked. And as you can see, I'm just bringing my Oh, there's Mia. Now, I didn't quite expect that, so I'm just going to let them fight it out, I think. And that might be why Nose actually quit, I don't know. He might have been attacked from the other side. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. I think that Mia's built another base, possibly. I mean, that must be it. I mean, you can see I'm building, I've got a lot of tanks at the moment because I'm just free to build. And you can see that Darren's coming south, so I'm going to have to bring my tanks down here. I don't know if he's going to be fighting Mia still, or he might be going for my base. Yeah, and it looks like he's going for my base, as I thought. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Tesla coils in place. And this is where the building speed of those two extra construction yards is going to really come in handy. And you can see he's going for my ore refineries, and I think he's going to get them possibly. Yeah, and but I do have a lot of construction. I just have a lot of like Tesla coils placed throughout my base. So this is just providing a great defense at the moment, and you can see that's being cleared out with not out too much trouble. And yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on him. I don't think he has too many tanks, because I think that was a lot of his tanks were there, probably fighting. But you can see he's going aggressive as well. And what I'm going to probably need to do is send some things to his base, as he's just going to try guerrilla tactics. And you can see I've got some good ore there to mine. And yeah, it's just a case of just building up my defences at the moment. You can see it's not a major attack. It's just a few tanks, but they can do a lot of damage if they're left unchecked. But we can see everything that's going on at the moment. So what's probably time to do is, my base is quite spread out, so it could go from different angles. So it's probably time to go to his base and attack over there.
Construction complete.
Otherwise, he's just going to keep on going to opposite sides of my base.
Construction complete. Building. Unit ready.
And we do need to find him, because we haven't really ventured out to the right side of the map. You can see he's bringing some tanks in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to split my forces, because I have so many tanks. I can easily deal with those tanks with a smaller force. I don't need to bring my whole force, and I'm going to send a force to his base. And I'm going to keep a force at my base just to help fend off this attack. But as you can see, it's not too bad at all. Because I've got more tanks than him. I've also got those Tesla coils to help me. And we're just destroying some of his ore trucks now. You can see he's mining off that ore patch. That's probably the biggest ore patch in the game. And it looks like he probably started in the top right, and I think this will be where he expanded to, judging by how much ore's still left. And you can just see at this point it's quite easy. He hasn't got that much to defend with. He's got a single Tesla coil there, but we're easily to push him back. And these are quite handy, these kills. We're destroying war factories, which is going to slow his building speed production. Although it does depend on how much he's struggling for ore at the moment. And we can see there he's got one of his extra construction yards. He's gone for, I mean, Soviet players usually will in a free-for-all go for multiple construction yards. And we're able to clear that up without too much issues. And yeah, it's going to be very difficult for him at the moment. We're just keeping on things. And we can see there's an infantry attack there, so I'm just going to build some flamethrowers to defend against that. And we do have some light tanks there as well. But I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue at this point. You can see they've actually managed to do quite a bit of damage though. Because infantry are very good against buildings if left unchecked. You can see I'm just building a defense point here, where I've got some Tesla coils which will take care of the light tanks, and I'm building some flamethrowers because flamethrowers are very strong against infantry. Because Tesla coils are actually weak against infantry because they can only zap one thing at a time. And you can see that Darren's got some Tesla coils at the other side of that narrow path, which makes it a bit harder for him to attack. But you can just see at this moment, my tank forces are just absolutely huge. And I'm thinking about going around the top, but I don't think it's too necessary. I'm just going to destroy Mia there, who's got that base right up at the top. Because that's how she was able to get those infantry and those tanks to attack me. And it can be quite a nuisance when they're coming from the opposite side of your base. So I'm going to get rid of this first. And you can see that Mia's now selling up, and that's her out of the match. So now it's just Deadeye Darren. And I think with the amount of forces I've got here, I could just do a charge in.
Building. Unit ready.
Yeah, I'm just rebuilding that part of my base, which was destroyed.
Construction complete.
So yeah, I think with Darren and Mia, I think the fight just dragged on between them. And because I was able to beat Nose earlier on, that just allowed to give me to have a bit of breathing space. It allowed my army to build up and get in a position where I wasn't going to be challenged. And that's the thing, that's what you always want in a free-for-all match, just that it's time that you need.
Unit ready.
And you can see that Darren's sort of locked into that top right corner. I do think the top right corner is probably the worst place to start. It's just very hard to get to ore patches. So although it's very good from a defensive standpoint, and you can see the tracking's absolutely atrocious here. So we are going to lose a few more tanks than we should do, but that's what happened. We'll have to take it because it's not going to matter too much anyway because of the number of tanks I've got. And we'll destroy those 2 Tesla coils, and it's going to be pretty straightforward. But yeah, this top right position, well, top right and top left are the worst positions, I think, in my opinion. Top left because you have to travel quite a way to get to an ore patch, and in this position you don't just you can see that ore refineries for the top ore patch, but it's a bit awkward, let's say. And as you can see, that's going to be good game.
Mission accomplished.
Right, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.